everyone, welcome to my channel. I want to thank you all so much for subscribing to my channel. For those of you who have subscribed, thank you. Mwah, thank you. If you haven't, what you waiting for? What are we discussing today? One thing that I'm really concerned about, and I am concerned, I was just, my husband and I, we were talking, and one of the trending things that is pretty cool right now is kids wearing hats that has a nuclear bomb that has gone off, like that mushroom cloud. And like, that's a cool thing. Like, kids are wearing the cartoonish figure of a nuclear bomb on clothing as if it is a cool thing. How does something like that become cool? Like, do you not know what the consequences of a nuclear fallout would be? It's literally the end of the world. Essentially, it's over and you're going to die a painful, horrible death if you survive. So how does it become from when we were younger, where it was a serious thing? They thought we could protect ourselves from it by getting under a table, a desk, I don't know. There's no way to protect yourself from it. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why what I'm trying to voice here in my moments of teachable moment is that kids, children, people that look up to those that do not have your best interest at heart need to pay attention. Because if you think being in a nuclear fallout essentially is going to be something you can trend in today's time of social media, then we got some serious problems with kids, with reality, serious problems. And the reality really is not what you thought was just so obvious to some of us. To some, it's not so obvious. I just wanted to kind of just throw that out there because I'm concerned. I'm really concerned. It's just disgusting. I wanted to do a video on Meghan's whole variety layout. I'm going to talk about it briefly, but I don't want to give that whole spread of throw up fest any attention more than it deserves, because it's just really one of those spreads of I'm so great and like me and I'm the best thing that has come to the royal family, self-indulgent promotion. And I mean, Meghan really is not in reality. She is really not somebody who is actually living in a world that looking at things for what they really are. It's like these fantasies that exist in her head that she's then turned into tangible things that we see and hear. It's like, that's just what's happening in your head. That's not reality. Like, you trying to paint the reality for everybody that sees you, but we can really see you for what you really are. Like, we watching you paint the picture. Royal family news. Meghan Markle, she's more comfortable without Harry. Harry is not so important, is he? He served his purpose. Now it's time to move over. Meghan has been flying solo without her husband, who made her famous. And royal fans, people are there noticing what's happening. Yeah. So British royal family news is talking about how she's been doing things on her own and she hasn't had her husband with her. Like, who did not see that coming? Because between all the tensions around her and her husband's Netflix, his book, her PR archetypes, there are problems in the marriage. Is anyone surprised? And according to one body language expert, after ditching Harry several times in public, Meghan is thriving. Darren Stanton analyzed Meghan's appearance and claims that she has grown in confidence. So last week alone, Meghan appeared on the cover of Variety. She is not going to fill the minds of our young people with her foolishness. So on Friday, she was pap snapped as she walked with a friend and a bodyguard. Two were bundled up. Meghan, she was in a strapless short pantsuit and sandals, despite crying that she has been objectified and made out to be a bimbo. She was insinuating the nasty. So Darren also said that I believe that Meghan comes into her own when she is alone. She appears to have grown in confidence, especially during her solo appearances in media. Now, he's not saying that she doesn't exude confidence with Harry, but it seems she's more comfortable in her own skin when appearing by herself on screen. And what does that mean for her? +1? I think it can mean you on your way out the door. You done served your purpose. You done served it. Now you can just go ahead, skittle skedaddle. You'll get the ring in the mail, okay? Darren said that the variety clips, first thing with Meghan in this clip is that she has amazing eye contact. We walk about genuine eye contact being 3 to 5 seconds. She definitely adheres to this perfect time frame. She also not distracted when looking at the interviewer. This is clever technique to make someone feel special. And these are things you learn in acting. I can tell you when you get your headshots, it's all about the eyes. This is something that she has perfected. When she looks into the camera, you look at her and her variety layout spread. She knows how to work the camera. And it really shows that she is confident, and she doesn't really need, at this point, her husband. And he essentially has opened the doors to her getting in Variety on the cover. He served that purpose. Now that she is doing this Variety promo and having all these promotional shots taken, he serves no purpose because he's essentially done what he is doing. Now, if you were someone that was really about your husband, because essentially he's the reason why people are listening to you and hearing your podcast or reading things that you've written, is because of who you actually marry. Like, her purpose will forever be defined with her marriage to Harry. And when we see her alone doing things without Harry in this photo shoot, promoting archetypes or whatever she's trying to promote, it's really a rebranding of her without her husband, because her making was not without him. Her making came into being with him. And so now seeing him without her shows that she is really planning for a solo life moving forward when it comes to her career. Her career started out being with her husband. He made her career. Now, I have always said, and I would never down Meghan for her accomplishments for getting on the show Suits. That wasn't a major accomplishment. Although it was a show that wasn't highly watched by a lot of people, she would be considered a D-list actor on that show. But yet that's a great accomplishment. And so she could have continued in that alone, but she's older. She knew that this was going to be a while before she even got her start in a way that she was going to be looked at as an A-lister. What better way to propel yourself to stardom in a much quicker way if you were to marry someone that was in part of the most famous families in the world? And so when she made that deviation, she knew it was going to be something that was going to get her on the fast track. It was going to get her to A-level status much quicker than had she stayed in her single lane as a D-list actor moving forward. Okay. So now that Harry has served his purpose, he's opened the door essentially. And she said, okay, thank you. I'm going to walk in now, but you got to stay out here. I'm going to walk in the door. And she's walked in the door, and then she shut the door. And she said, okay, I'm here. I've arrived. I'm the wife of this man that's famous. He has a famous family, but still look at me alone by myself. I'm no longer trying to identify my celebrity on the arm of this man, because I've achieved it high enough that people recognize me without him. This is what her appearance in this Variety magazine actually means.